That's how that should have finished.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Welcome along, everyone, to Encore500 thingy show.
That thing.
Yeah,
that
the thingy show.
We are doing here on this.
What's the actual name of this show?
Watching. Inside Encore500, I think.
Inside Encore500, because we'll be looking inside Encore500.
Very much inside.
I don't know what that means.
We'll be opening the files and looking inside them.
Right. So, and on the cameras, we'll be showing you some of the binary code of the MP3 files.
Yes.
Well. Actually, no. As a special surprise, we've got FLAC versions, so you can see the difference between FLAC and MP3 if you want to.
Actually, they're WAV files.
Oh, they're WAV files.
Yeah.
Oh, old school.
Yeah.
OG, excellent. So welcome along, everyone. What we're going to thinking of doing is just getting everyone warmed up and playing a few songs and having a bit of a chat.
Yeah.
And then half an hour into it, something like that, we will introduce you to three chaps that we can see on our monitor right now, who are champing at the bit, ready to go online. I think one of them's looking around to see where they are. But
I think one of them is actually doing some music.
Yeah, he's wanking his guitar at the moment. So
very smooth.
Yeah,
very nice.
So
and their faces look like. Fuck! Let me speak.
Keep mics on for fuck's
sake.
Brilliant.
Right.
So, I decided to choose one of Peter Clock's tunes, a Commodore 64 remix, of course, but one of the tunes because he's the instigator of the Encore series. This one being the second, of course. So,
and that one behind you being the first.
Exactly. Yeah. Encore 64 being the first one, so I thought, well, I might as well play a PT remix to start with. I've got no idea what I'm playing next, but we'll find out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. But if you don't know very much about what this is all about, Encore500 was just a natural progression from the Encore 64 album that came out last year. There's an incredible group of people actually that have contributed to the album.
Yeah, I have the full list right here. It's Barry Leach, Danko, Firefox, Glennar Brown, Yuge Liljedahl, Martin Wall, Matthias Bryan, Mordy, Mig, Peter Clark, Rapture, Romeo Knight, Theo, Tomsk, Turbo Knight, and Vincenzo. So quite a few people. Yeah. 21 tracks in total.
Peter Clark's on there.
Yeah, that's so weird.
There's always one.
Yeah, always.
Unbelievable. So it's just stardom on a CD, or on a virtual CD, let's say, a virtual album.
I didn't even get a physical this time.
No, no, they don't exist. They're in the ether.
In the ether.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know whether is that planned, Pete. Is it going to be physical? I thought it was digital only this time around.
I think so too.
Yeah.
These are only for promotional things anyway. Yeah. So the Encore 64 was digital only.
That's true. Yeah, these are just promos.
Yeah.
So if you want a CD, make your own. Fucking hell! Why do we have to do everything for you?
You have a CD burner, don't you? And also, thank you for filling in for Ziona. Ziona was supposed to be here today, but had to fly back home. To Hungary and
secret spy mission.
Yeah, exactly.
She's talking to the Polish government that's in Hungary, obviously.
Yes, obviously,
being the capital. And unfortunately, I don't spend 2 hours in makeup like Ziona does, and my chest isn't quite so interesting to look at. Unfortunately, sorry about that. But hopefully, I'm a good enough replacement.
You could shave every now and then.
Well, you know. I was going for Ziona's winter look when it becomes winter. It gets a bit cold in Gothenburg for him, you know.
That is true.
Yeah.
And wet.
I don't want to know about her, really. So it's going to be. I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to in about half an hour's time or 20 minutes time now.
Yeah.
10 minutes are gone already.
Yeah.
We'll be able to. You'll be able to see the faces behind the music.
Some of them, at least.
Yes, three of them.
We couldn't cram.
Those are the guys.
We couldn't cram all of them in. It would be like tiny pixels.
For those of you in the UK, do you remember when COVID came along, but they decided to do quiz shows and stuff like that? And they showed this, I know some other shows did it as well. They had this wall of audience.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all just this big, and you see them go, ee!
Yeah, Penn and Teller have this wall behind the sofa, all their chairs they sit in.
So if we did that with Encore500, we'd have pretty much the same thing. So we thought, no, it would be everyone talking at once as well. Wouldn't be quite as good.
Could be interesting. See how synchronized they are. Because I hear good things about this project, about how they kind of became closely knit and all of that.
Yes, so, very true. Yeah. Very true.
So,
good. So I ought to think about something to play.
Yeah, that would be nice, I think.
I think I know what I'm going to do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I think
good thing that someone knows.
Yeah, don't you worry about that. He says confidently, and then immediately forgetting what he was going to do.
You know exactly what you're doing.
Yes. I'll do that one, I think. I think we're going to have some Romeo Night.
Oh, that's
if you don't mind, and if you do
nice.
mind, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yes, just play it, all right?
So, here we go.
Here we go.
Hi, I'd like to have 64 Bacardis on the rocks, please.
Si, senor. All for you?
Yes, all for me, thank you.
Well, how do you want to carry them?
With my bionic arm.
Sure please me, pinball.
Fiddly-doo.
So there you go, that is Bionic. Oh, so there you go, I've done it already. So if you're playing the So There You Go drinking game, there's your first one.
You're going to get drunk tonight.
Yeah, Bionic Commando Tune 5 by Romeo Knight. And I just looking at that monitor with the three guys, it's like the start of a bad joke. A Scotsman, a Norwegian and a German walk into a bar.
Or accidentally walks into a studio.
Oh, studio, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yes, excellent. I do like that one.
Yes.
With my bionic arms.
Yeah.
And in fact,
we actually ordered 64 Bacardis.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, one of the Slay Radio gatherings.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Missa, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Bless him.
It was indeed.
And
he went up in smoke over there. Saw that in the corner of my eye. What the hell is he doing? Some sort of magic tricks over there?
One of them's got a vape. Which produce a lot of, is it smoke or steam? Steam, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I blame the Scottish or the Norwegian
Norwegians,
or the Germans.
The
Germans.
Good. So, what are we going to play next?
I don't know.
But,
no idea.
No, I don't know what I'm talking like this.
No, I don't know.
It was. We were lucky enough to be able to hear the stuff, some of the stuff while it was being developed as well, and you could tell from the get-go that it was going to be a really good album. So I think we're lucky that we're allowed to kind of promote it, make sure you get it into your grubby little hands, or your PC anyway.
If you liked Encore64, you're going to like this one.
Yeah,
and. Everyone knows I'm not a huge Amiga fan. I have Amigas, like several of them. I think I have like 5 Amigas. But I was like never into Amiga really.
No.
But the music, some of it, just gorgeous.
Yes.
And the covers they made, gorgeous.
Yes. Yeah, no, I after I sold my 64, long story, I got it back. So I've still got my original 64, but I went on to the Amiga for a while as well, so I really got into the scene and the music and stuff. So this is almost as much as my life as the 64 was. So it was good to hear some of the tunes that are on the list.
Yeah, I listened through the whole album. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Trying to find tracks and whatnot that we could play today.
Yeah.
Picked one because it was so difficult finding, deciding. But one was
fucking well done.
But yeah, one was a given, obviously. So we have exactly one track that we know of that we're gonna play, and we'll I guess ask the guys later on which ones we should play.
The trouble is that the guys that we've got are quite nice guys, so they're going to argue. No, not one of mine. Play one of his. And he'll go, no, not me.
Very true.
Yeah, but no, it's going to be good fun. What next?
Do we have anything by Barry?
Yes, that's very. Am I using the right mouse? Yes, I am. There's so many pointing devices around here at the moment.
Touchpads and pointing devices and whatnot.
Only from Encore.
Ooh, Encore 64?
Mm-hmm. No, 500.
Oh. God damn it, what? What? That's not good. Let me have a quick look here. God damn it, Barry's just doing albums. It's just albums.
Look at this.
And Amiga remixes,
Crappy
obviously.
Shit.
There we go.
This is interesting radio, isn't it, folks? Yeah. Watching two grown men type on keyboards and move mouses. Mouses, mice around.
Mices, yes.
Mice moves me's.
Yeah, either do an Amiga remix or something. that is a cover of one of his tracks, because there's a couple of them on RKO as well.
Oh, is it on RKO?
Yeah. Fiendish Freddy's. Freddy's Big Top. Top of Fun intro by Fluke, for instance.
Oh, yes, of course.
And infamously Xenophobe. Xenobite? What the fuck is a Xenobite?
It's a bite that wants to be a nibble.
Oh.
So, yeah, I've got that line up. So we have some Frantic Freddy, or Fiendish Freddy, I should say. Not
yes,
Frantic.
That's the one. I had trouble reading that title too. I don't know why.
Fezzy.
Play the Freddy.
So that was Fiendish Freddy's Big Topper Ooh Fun intro music by Fluke, and that's one of Barry's tunes.
Yeah, apparently it's a cover that or conversion. Chris Hulsbeck apparently wrote the original, and he made the conversion to Atari and C64.
Okay.
I did not know that.
I know. Me
I should have known that.
You learn something new every day.
Yes. We are so well researched.
If you found out where this comes from.
Which one?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, right, no. I have no idea. Let me check.
So we're just doing a little bit of research. Something we should have done before the show started, of course. But only professional people do that. And by God, I don't want to be called professional.
No, we had to do our makeup. That's
that's.
Yeah, it's on RKO.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
But the reason I got so confused is because I couldn't find it on Remix 64 for some reason. Oh, that's because it's Yuger and Rapture. That's why. That's why.
Think you know what's coming up then? ladles and jelly spoons.
Yeah.
Because we're thinking that we'll play this, and then the triumvirate, the word I like to use, the triumvirate is complete, because then we've played one tune from all of the three guys that are
each of the guests.
Each of the guests. There you go. Much easier way of putting what I've lived in Sweden for too much. I flat pack my sentences and you make them up.
Exactly. No, you make it up.
So once we played this, we will introduce the guys and start having a bit of a chin wag with them, I think.
Indeedly doodly.
Nicely.
Excellente.
What the fuck?
Excellent.
What a great intro.
I can't.
Hello.
Welcome, guys.
So
Cheers, guys.
up here we have Barry Leach. To the right we have Jorge Liljedal, and at the bottom Romeo Knight.
Hello, dear party people.
Hello.
Seriously, radio people.
How you guys doing?
Good, thanks. Good.
Fine.
It's always great
You?
when you're asked a question to all the guys. How are you doing? And they all answer at the same time. Yeah.
Well, that's a good test again for the synchronicity thingy. So, because we heard some things from the kind of process of making the album and whatnot. Good collaboration and whatnot. It kind of feels like you should be able to kind of synchronize your answers so you all answer the same thing, right?
Oh, no.
Brilliant.
So more like a what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Oh. So there we go.
Yeah. What the fuck?
So on Discord we have a little channel called Encore500 Questions. We don't necessarily need to have 500 questions, but instead of posting the questions on the public channel, if you can go in there and just post the questions in there. And try to keep the discussions at a minimum in there, so we don't lose all the questions. So, if you guys see anything in there that you want to answer, then feel free to do that as well. Otherwise, we might pester you.
Yes.
I'd like to skip the first question by Morpheus. Because he's doing pain to me. So
So if you want to join us on Discord, by the way, and read all of these yourself, you can do so by going to slay.radio/discord. But favorite drummer? I don't know. Do any of you play drums at all?
Drummer boy. That's Firefox. It's Ime.
Ah, right.
He's the OG.
There's the old
Right,
joke.
right, I can.
yeah, definitely. I mean, I have favorite drummers, but I don't know if anyone is interested in it to hear, or even know the names. Only Morpheus knows. So.
Peter Criss.
No, definitely not. But I dropped Mike Tempesta, for example. He's my absolute favorite. He played in Testament, and he's a session drummer as well. So, same with Josh Fries. Yeah, and of course Marco Minnemann. It's like one of the best drummers in the world right now from Germany.
I do know that one.
Yeah,
I know that name.
He auditioned for Dream Theater, and he definitely was the best. They just didn't choose him because they were friends with Mike Mangini already. So, and he was the second best of the auditioning. So that's where it went. Yeah. And he plays together in the band with the guy who also plays for Hans Zimmer, Guthrie Gowan. And he's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I know two names. It's Peter Criss and Andreas Wallström.
Yeah.
Technically, you could say Ryan Howland plays the drums as well.
Technically, but I don't think he calls himself a drummer.
No, he's not a drummer. I mean, he can drum by numbers, and that's about it.
Yeah. And that's
whatever that
means. Right. So there's a couple of questions in there already. Let's kind of randomize a little bit. Bottega asks what programs you guys use to work together. If you do cooperation.
It's obviously slap-based program.
Her favourite, yeah.
Yeah. No, but I think in regards to exchanging stuff while producing a song together, it usually makes sense to not send over whole sessions, because no one has the same setup at home or whatever you're working on, but to exchange tracks. That at least that's my own personal preference.
Like bouncing wave files or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that kind of remotely working on one project is more like a marketing thing, and no one really does it.
Yeah,
at
Cubase has
not
that.
What I know of.
Yeah, Cubase has that feature nowadays, so I don't know how well it works.
Yeah.
Me and Marcel were supposed to try it out at some point, but we never got anywhere with it anyway. Just wave files anyway, easier.
Yeah, much easier.
And I guess I kind of know how it works in Encore64, but I guess you might have done the same thing. Is you use Discord, basically a private channel in there to talk to each other on a weekly basis or something like that.
Yeah. You wish you were weekly.
Okay, on a 3-year basis.
Hourly.
We have the Discord server, which has been a great resource just for us to be able to, throw out works in progress or just share work with each other. I had actually Pete Clark did some guitar for my track, just because he thought the real guitar would sound better than the VST ones that I had. So we got Pete to do some stuff for that. It sounds great. Dropped right in.
I didn't know Pete played the guitar.
No, I thought he was a drummer.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I do know a drummer.
Yeah.
And also, Barry, closer to the mic. I was quite silent.
Sorry.
It's because you're based in the US. It's a little bit uphill, so the sound has to work harder.
True. And it gets wet on the way over.
Yeah,
the
as
Atlantic.
is my understanding of audio technology.
Yeah. Well, you should have seen the audience. I mean, should have seen the beginning of this show before we started. It wasn't pretty.
It was definitely lots of "what the fuck" moments.
Yeah. So that was a perfect opening there.
Is Grisor just having a laugh?
Probably.
Good.
Well, I was thinking of responding to that. That would tell him to go fuck himself.
Yeah. Barry doesn't know this actually, but I did kind of know Barry back in the day because I was on CompuNet at the same time that you were.
That's going back a ways.
Yeah, way back when. But I did introduce myself to you, so I was just kind of lurking a little bit. Stalker, yeah.
Very cool. People don't seem to realise just how cool or groundbreaking it was at the time.
It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Loved it. I used to get my phone bills every month were so fucking astronomical.
Yeah. There were ways around that.
No, I didn't know those ways.
I heard about them,
right.
Let's say. Didn't we have a good one here?
Why does Andreas want a pygmy?
A pygmy?
A pygmy.
Oh, pygmy.
Because he's really he's into German Hausmannskost.
Oh.
He really likes traditional German food, and that's really weird meat kind of stuff. Sausages made out of I don't know what parts of weird animals and stuff like that.
No,
and he likes
Weird animals.
Yeah, pigs are weird.
Weird animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, Swedish.
And we'll serve him one of these when he's coming over soon here to Germany.
Yeah, Swedish husbandskost isn't quite so varied.
No, it's very bland.
I mean, I have a can of surströmming sitting here waiting for him.
Oh
so
my god.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
he feels
Could
really
you-
at home.
Could you open it while we're on air?
Right now in front of the cam. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes, please.
yeah. It's fine. We won't smell anything.
Yeah.
I know. I need to ask my girlfriend if she wants to move again. So
Yeah, that's one way of doing it.
Yeah.
Real quick. In a similar kind of a cooperation question from Lala here about the biggest challenge making this album. What was the biggest challenge? Was it Peter?
Probably.
Well, for
yeah,
me,
and Danko, of course.
Oh yeah, Danko.
And
I forgot.
Danko, yeah.
Danko was there as well. Yeah.
yeah.
I think we all had these favorite tunes that we all carried with us from back in the day. You know, we all have there was so many pieces of music on the Amiga that were really cool. And I mean, we all have our own personal preferences that we've carried with us for 30, 40 years now. And it was great to be able to go back and pick one that you wanted to mess with or remix or that inspired you in some way. I think that's each tune that everybody picked, I think, was one that was dear to them. Or in Yoger's case, I picked 3 of the damn things.
Yeah.
I think that's when he got paid per track. He said, I'll do 3.
Yeah, but the important thing for me personally was just to be satisfied with my choices, because there are so many tunes, as Barry says. So just to be satisfied with the ones I picked, 3 in this case. But in the end, I am satisfied. No more. You know, we are our biggest critics ourselves, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
I think the biggest challenge in general for this kind of project is just to get everything organized and to get all the people on board and to actually work on stuff and finish it. I think that's actually the biggest challenge, and I have to praise Danko for being really, really, behind it and really, I mean, forcing people to actually get things done for the deadline, and he's very good in stuff like this. So
absolutely. Big shout out to
he was like a team leader, you know.
Yeah.
He's quite good with the herding cats thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16 people. I mentioned all of the names there earlier, so not going to read that list again. Took my breath away. I can actually post that on the channel, just so people have a proper list. Which channel are we in? There we are. Members. There we go. Excellent. That's a bit of a list. So, Yoger, you did 3 cooperations, right? Was it with you and Rapture? And maybe you can check there. I don't have the track list here. Or was it you did 3 tracks? Right?
Yeah, 2 tracks alone, and we have 1 track, me and Rapture, or 2 tracks actually. One of them is Turrican 2, which is actually a track we just pulled from he's currently working on his debut album, like a remix debut album. So we managed to get that one in as well. So that was almost finished beforehand.
Yeah.
But and the same with my Beatle music tune. He was initially starting it, then I interfered, and I want to make something completely new. So it got more of a raggish feel to it. So but so in total 5, but 3 was like my own choices initially.
Initially.
So I seem to just bother everyone and implement myself everywhere. So
yeah, well.
But it's Amiga, and I love the Amiga. Amiga for me is like probably like the 64 for you, Slaygon.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, the first time I heard about you was on the Amiga.
Yeah.
It was Gegin of Sensor. We used to work together, and he played some tracks of yours. I thought, no, this is not Amiga. No, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
When was that? Like early 90s somewhere.
Yeah, in fact, all three of you guys, I first knew you more for your Amiga music than anything else.
Yeah, that is actually true, yeah. So, very fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's supposed to be.
I wonder how they ended up on this album.
Yeah,
It's so weird.
It's just so random, I think.
They just picked some names out of a hat or something.
There was a good question there from Bowyer about what's your drive to make these music remixes. I thought that was a good question because I mean, we all have our favorite pieces. And over the years, you hear so many remakes of them on like remix.kwd or megaremix.com. And, you know, when you hear them, sometimes they knock it out the park and you hear like what you consider to be the definitive version of that tune. You know, like Press Play on Tapes, Comic Bakery. You know, it's hard to top that one. But when you hear other people's remixes of these tunes, you know, you think, well, I could maybe do a bit more with that, or make it into a different tune, make it better, improve it somehow. You know, I think that's the real driving factor to help each piece of music come to its fruition, is the definitive version of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's me. What about you guys, Yogi and Romeo?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm more, in regards of remixes, I'm more the C64 guy, because that's where everything started for me, is making music in general. And zits are more like a blueprint of music, because you only have the zit sounds, and it's very basic. And sometimes you sense what the composer intended to do a kind of genre, you know, like Monty on the Run with all the instruments. You can actually hear what instruments he wanted to use, although they barely sound like the real instruments. So that's a perfect blueprint for a remix using the actual instruments, and that's what it makes for me so interesting to do a remix of C64 things. I mean, it's not very different on Amiga, but it's much more predefined, because you already have the sounds that were intended, you know.
Yeah.
So difficult, I found.
Or like the Bionic Commando, you played at the beginning of the show. It always sounded like some Latin style song to me. So that's what I did out of it. So, and that's what drives me doing this kind of shit.
Yogi?
Yeah, it's fun. It's music, and music always means it's fun.
Yeah.
If you music in its own merit, you know.
Yeah. Yogi, I have it on authority by Pete. Don't let Yogi be modest. He helped pretty much everybody and really contributed to solidifying the team spirit.
Ah.
So there you go. Praise indeed.
He's drinking again, obviously.
Okay. Maybe I did a bit more. Not that I should, because it's an Amiga album, and to have those guys around me, it was just amazing. So it's just excellent. And Discord, if you hadn't had that, oh my God, it would be a much stranger thing if we were like sending emails, you know, and CCing everybody, you know, like we did in the old days.
Yeah.
It was just great to just drop, you know, like an 80 mega file of just drop above. And what about these guys? And maybe the lead should be changed. Maybe that should be changed. And, you know, you got instant feedback. And there were so many of us, so we pushed each other, and as long as the first one came with the first whip, then I think it triggers. At least it triggered me. I think it was Turbo Knight who he's just so fast when he makes stuff. Like, I will spec a tune tomorrow, you know, and then he drops it, like the Stardust tune, and like what the fuck? One day, one day. And I was still thinking about what should I do, I'm browsing all the hundreds and thousands of tunes, and he already finished one, almost. So but it just became natural after a while. Just great, just a great experience.
And it was the first time I got to meet these guys too. I mean,
yeah, same with me. But I met you in Bergen. But before that.
Yeah.
I
mean, we knew
still,
each other's work, and it was really nice to be able to put faces to the tunes.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
What else did they do? And you start googling it. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great. And also, I don't think the guys who wrote Discord really knew what kind of tool they made, but it's certainly become a really good way as a collaborative piece of software, actually.
I don't know which came first, Discord or Slack, but they seem to kind of have borrowed the idea from each other.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It was IRC back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on, hundreds of IRC channels. Spent every hour of every day on there. Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe we play a tune.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask the guys which tune you would want to hear from the album, preferably one of yours.
I was going to say Yoger's End Theme, because that's...
That's for later.
That's a given.
Yeah. That's the last tune we're going to play.
But maybe play Danko's tune, because he held everything together, and he's like, like I told you, like the leader of the whole project.
Yeah.
And maybe it makes sense when he's not here, because he would answer basically any questions much better than we all would, and much longer as well.
What? He talks a lot? Who knew?
I agree, Eka. Let's play some Danko.
Yeah.
That was Test Drive.
Yeah.
There's even some little guitar solo by me in there. So
perfect.
I knew that. Eka. You sleazy.
I'm an asshole.
Joking.
Right, so let's have a listen to this. Danko with Test Drive 2, The Duel from Encore500. First listen. Exclusive. There we go.
Oh my God.
We go all in.
Bong, 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 bong.
You heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have the and what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
I don't have any of those sounds. I need one.
Yeah,
Those.
we can just,
Macallan. You know Macallan, buddy. Macallan.
Yeah, of course.
You see, it's empty now. One bottle
Oh,
gone. I'm a big guy. You know, I drink. Sorry.
Yeah, I remembered I could actually do that.
So there you go. That was Dodanko with Test Drive to the Duel from Encore500. A little bit of guitarage going in there from Romeo Knight as well.
Just like 5 seconds of it.
Yep.
Oh, that's still guitar.
Yeah,
So perfect.
it's
Technically, yeah, it is.
5 seconds more than I could do.
Yeah, give me a year, I can do the 5 seconds,
Yeah.
but then I will forget like the week after. Wait, how did you do this again?
Boss, as far as I remember, you did like 1 second or
Yes,
2 seconds,
I
and I
did.
used them in the remix of Ball Blazer.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say the same thing myself. Yeah, mastering guitar we did. Yeah. And it was supposed to be the first chord of the 1942 high score theme.
Yep,
And
that went well.
it went really, really well. I think I did a diminished E flat minor 7th.
Whatever that is.
No, no such thing.
Yeah. It's still on the webpage, by the way, Mastering Guitar.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That would be E flat minor 7. So
Okay.
can you hear? I don't know if you can hear it.
Barely.
Oh no, that mine was much worse than that. Sorry.
You think? Oh, man. We got a few good questions in here now. Major inspirations, asks Nosferatu of Offense on the Amiga. Who in particular were your major inspirations? And more importantly, why?
Why?
Yeah.
Of course, Garara, you asshole. Yeah, okay. Well, I could start with that one. Inspirations? Well, I first went to a friend's house because I didn't have an Amiga in the early days. And I heard Kosnoboski and his, soundtracker. When it came out, he was like the father of the trackers on Amiga.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was my first real inspiration. And probably one of the good reasons why I made one of the tunes on the actual album, because he was one of who, it just got me. It just inspired me. And I was so glad to make that tune, and I got it to sound like it did in the end. But why? You can't ask why on that. That's just I don't know why.
Because
Because I don't know. I just love the Amiga, the samples, the varied qualities we have. It was so strange to when I first got my first sampler, just sample whatever you want, and we used to boot up Audio Master and tweak, maybe add 2 layers of bass plus minus 12 dB to get a fatter bass and all that. All those experimentations, and you found like your style. And the ones who know my Amiga music know that I used, especially on the bass, I used the same bass on many of my tunes, because it was the one I made, and I used like 2 or 3 octaves to get it feel more fat. And yeah, I know there's so many things. There's just not one particular thing. Just
Yeah.
I'm rambling. Cheers.
That's good. Romeo,
For me,
do you have a
these
good
guys-
answer to that? Or Barry?
I'm going to repeat myself a little bit because my main inspirations were on the C64, and when I turned to the Amiga, that was just the next logical step to do. Although I loved many other Amiga composers, for example, like Firefox, like Carsten Obarski was the first with his soundtracker compositions. Jester. I remember I really loved that Fred. I think that French guy who was called Fred.
Yeah, Frederick Hahn.
So yeah, lots of tunes. You know, sometimes you listen to other stuff. You watch demos, listen to other people's work, and sometimes you really say something like, "Oh, I'm really envious that I didn't do that kind of song." So, and then you know that was really good, and that will be some inspiration for you, definitely.
Yeah.
Shit, it's so good. I should have made that. You know.
Or I wish I made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because no one is inventing music. It's just about discovering, exploring, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes you're just lucky by finding some kind of chords or some kind of melody that just works right and that vibes with the people as well, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finish.
Finished.
Barry, any thoughts?
I mean, these guys were my inspiration. The guys in the demo scene. I mean, they were creating great pieces of music with incredible samples at a time when I had nothing. I mean, to me, it was mind blowing where they even got the samples from, let alone creating the tunes. And I always found it so creative the way people found ways to use the samples. So just try and copy what they were doing and make it sound better or add my own style to it.
No.
Plus, these days, you just want to create something you can listen in your car that doesn't sound too much like a chip tune without, it pisses the wife off if you play chip music.
Yeah.
Road trip.
Bottega says, I love listening to old people stories.
Cheers, Bottega.
So it's okay to ramble. It's fine. Right.
I don't think the kids these days can't appreciate what we went through at the time because it was such an amazing period where technology grew from the synth chip to full CDs within 5 years. I mean, before that, you had to be a trained musician and have access to a recording studio to make some music.
Yeah.
And we could do it ourselves in our bedrooms, and it was great.
Yeah.
People don't appreciate that. They should make them do it at school.
Yeah.
Compile a piece of music from a text file.
Morpheus asks, now that you're talking anyway, Barry, which tunes you remixed for Encore500, and if your approach was different from doing music for games like Horizon Chase?
Well, I did. It was a piece by Format, who is incredibly prolific. I mean, if you look at the amount of stuff he's produced over the years, it's insane. And he always created great tunes that had great samples. So whenever a new tune from Format came out, we'd grab it and rip the samples out of it, listen to it, And I think that there was a piece he did called Forests, which is the track I've remixed. It stayed with me all these years. There was just something about it. It was different to all the electronica that was being produced at the time. It was almost a progressive rock track. It's a little strange, but I really enjoyed it. I still listen to it to this day. So it was an obvious choice for me. I mean, I mean, there's several others I could have chosen. I mean, people like Heatbeat from Rebels did amazing pieces of music. You know, Dr. Awesome, all those guys. I mean, there's so much stuff you could have picked from. That was the one I picked. I wanted to mess with it.
Nice. Yeah, like I said, listen through all of these, and I don't have the frame of reference with Amiga tunes, but I did recognize quite a few of them. Forest, unfortunately, was not one of the ones I recognized, but I liked what you have done there, so I thought we could actually play that track right now.
Oh, thank you.
And that will be another. Yeah, another tune for you guys to listen to from off of Encore64. So
500.
So yeah, that's the one. 500. They've moved on. That's what we needed.
Yeah, perfect. Fiddly-dum.
Many more. That's a really nice tune. Really nice tune. That's Forest.
Very, very, very nice, yes.
Yeah.
And that is from Barry Leach, and it's on Encore500, of course.
It is. When is the release date exactly? Was it June 10th or something like that?
It's actually the 11th at 12 o'clock in the mornings.
Ah.
Or in the night. I don't know. I will never get it.
Yeah. Midnight.
It's 0:00 time.
Okay. So midnight, yeah. Or on the 11th.
11th stroke 12th, as in...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which side? Is it 10th to the 11th or 11th
When 10
to the...
turns to 11.
Oh, okay.
Releaseth.
Nice.
It'll probably show up in streaming services a couple of days before, I think. I mean, you can never synchronize it between all the platforms.
Ah, that is true.
Yes. Okay. Nice.
12 a.m. New York Central Time, New York NYC, New York Central. What is it? New York City time. What is NYC time?
12 a.m. NYC time?
I don't know.
guess New York City time, I guess,
I
which
guess
is
so.
Eastern time.
Yeah,
Eastern time.
ET. So
Or EST, is it? No, actually, just
ET.
ET. They've just got it ET nowadays.
ET phone home. 12 a.m. ET, 11th of June, worldwide on all streaming services.
And if Danko says they're synchronized, they're synchronized.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
He's
Yes,
done
boss.
that a
Yes,
couple.
boss.
Yeah, he's done that a couple of times before.
With German efficiency, even though he's Swedish, but he's a pretense German. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he now lives
Yeah, he's
there
pretty
as well.
much halfway German already. I made him so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was halfway German before he moved to Germany, so
Yeah.
you
So he's
just
75% German now.
yeah, exactly.
And there's some Czech inside as well, so there's not much of Swedish left.
Exactly.
And a little bit of Hungarian as well. On his grandfather's side, I think. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, new info. Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I'd like to think that we're dishing dirt on Danko, but this is really trivial stuff, so you can't do much with this information.
Well,
He likes his beers. He likes microbrewery beers.
yes, but those are Belgian mostly. So,
Yeah.
Well, they do have very nice ones in Germany as well, as evidenced by Malthus, the beer deliverer of the year,
Yes.
one of the years, whichever that was,
Yeah.
2018.
I think so,
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's why he came to Düsseldorf, because we have the best beer even in Germany, so it's the best beer in the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can say.
Yeah, I do remember. Was it 2007 or 2007? I think I did my little backpacking tour and ended up
Right.
living crashing on Romeo Knight's couch
Yeah,
or whatever.
you were living at my place like for a complete week, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Did I have? I had my first daughter was did I have two daughters already at that time? No, because then it had to be earlier even.
I think you had two kids.
Yeah, okay, then it matches 2007. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty certain. Yeah.
Wow.
Time
On to the
flies.
grave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On to the grave.
Old men. Yeah.
Well, that's maudlin,
Very.
isn't it?
Old men. I thought it was old boys.
Oh, that is true.
Yes.
Never grow up.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds a bit better. A bit.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Yeah, mentally, I'm still 15.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm not sure I hit 15 yet.
Oh, well, I chose 15 because it means I'm legally allowed to have sex in Sweden.
But you're not allowed to have legally allowed to have beer.
Oh, fuck it.
I don't know what the age is, but I think 18 is for restaurants as well. Some reason I kind of remembered 16, but that's cars and like training for the license or whatever when you're 16. I think.
Provisional license.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, in the UK, you can have any alcohol at home from when you're 8 years old or something like that.
That's a weird rule.
Yep. That's why UK people are how they're like, because they're just a drunk bastards. Hello.
Hi. I was going to say if Barry resembles that comment, but he's Scottish, so
I don't know whether because Scottish law is usually a little bit different to English law, so
we tend to be a bit more sensible about things.
Yes. By little you mean lot, but yes.
I don't have an awful lot to say about that. I left the country I left Scotland when I was 18. I mean, I was gone. 17 even.
Oh, okay.
I noticed you actually responded to the question on the channel there, Barry, but Gruzor asked, or said rather, statement, I guess there's a question in there somewhere. Yuger and Romeo made loads of fantastic demos in music, but did Barry just do games? So maybe you can
Sure.
tell that to the listeners, the answer there to the listeners as well. Because it was a good question, I thought.
Demo stuff on the Commodore 64, which didn't go as well as I'd hoped because it was terrible. And then when the Amiga came around, by then I was working full time, so there was a limited amount of time I had to work on demo stuff. It didn't stop me from occasionally banging out a tune. I did a cover of Erasure's The Circus, which I don't have a copy of. If anyone out there has a mod.circus on their hard drive, send me a copy of it. But the other one I did for the Anarchy 92 copy party thing, their big party in Sheffield, was it? We went to that, and so I did. There was a music competition, so I wrote this big, epic piece of music, which I ended up using for as the TFX title piece, which is on. There's a remix of it on the Immortal CDs that I did several years ago. It's like a 10-minute tune. It's epic.
Yeah, most of your tunes tend to kind of end up on the longer side, I've noticed.
Well, I work on it until I get bored with it. So sometimes I speed it up. So I did a remix of Lotus 2 a couple of years ago for the Amiga Power CD thing, and I started it off as just a slow synth piece, a slow synth version of it, and then about halfway through I got really bored, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna make a dance version at the end." So I speeded it up, made it a bit longer.
Nice.
Just as a personal thing, my favourite tune of yours, Barry, is Supercars 2, actually, on the Amiga. Yeah.
Thanks. That was fun. I got to play that live in Norway with Fast Loaders.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't make it, yeah.
Yeah, that was a pity.
No, my doctor said if you fly, your heart will explode. So I thought, I better not fly then.
It's very helpful if you intend to stay alive. Yes.
Yeah.
To have not a heart that is exploded.
Exactly.
That would have been awkward. It would have ruined the set. That's for sure.
Yeah. I didn't want to do that. And so selfish of me.
Yeah. Andreas has a good question to you, Geir. He says, I've heard stories of the crazy days at Funcom. Is there a story that you dare to share publicly?
No comment.
Nothing. How long were you there for?
About 15 months.
Uh-huh.
And I went to the military straight after. Now, to tell the truth, I was just getting hammered by bad drinking habits. I was 19 years old. I just left everything and went to Oslo. Headhunted by Funcom to start working there, and we soon realized that every Monday you paid like a silly amount of money, like a small amount, 150 kroners. I remember at a place called Palais, and you got a stamp, and you had a special glass, so you could just go and get refilled all night. And we found those places around the city because it's Oslo, it's not Ålesund where I currently live. So we found those places. So every day we would go to those places and get silly drunk every day. So I was just glad to get out of there, to be truthful. But it was fun, of course. I remember the good days when I was young.
You're still young.
I'm glad I got out of the hellhole, Oslo.
Yeah, I've worked.
Start to go to Sweden now. I don't care. Whatever.
I've worked there too. I had a hotel room on the second floor, which had a window down towards the street, and across the street there was a karaoke bar that went on all fucking night.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of karaoke.
No.
I wasn't a huge fan before that either, but even less so after.
I think most game development back in those days was done by a bunch of drunk teenagers.
Yeah.
Imagine it was the same, people getting set on fire, people running around naked, just craziness.
Yeah.
Don't go there, Kenneth. Don't go there.
You
I heard fire, and I thought of something. That's very private.
I heard the story the other night.
Yeah.
Cut.
I just noticed there was I was just reading the question that Bowyer had just.
Yeah, I was just reading that too.
Yeah.
It's actually, well, you can ask it.
Yeah. So Bowyer was just asking, on Slay Radio, there is a saying, you want to stay up, listen to even more remixes. So Bowyer, by example, says, when I'm working or doing chores, I listen a lot to Slay Radio and handpicked remixes. But you three guys, I guess that's not always what you do. So what is your choice of background music when you're doing, well, not when you're remixing music, because otherwise that's going to be really annoying, but when you're doing background chores or, you need some music in the background, what do you kind of listen to?
Nowadays, or like when in the 90s?
I think he means now, yeah.
Now? Well, personally, I'm a big fan of melodies, so I currently, but I'm still listening to a lot of Oldfield and Char. I still I fall to sleep to Equinox every night. I've been doing that for like 10 years now. And I love Seal. If you remember Seal from back in the days,
yes,
old stuff, yeah. And
you mean
Pink
the
Floyd,
ex-husband of Heidi Klum?
Yeah, that's right. And the more current thing, I love Coldplay. I just went to a concert in the cinema. They had like a live concert stuff from, I think it was filmed in Argentine, but they broadcasted it. And yeah, many others, but melodic stuff.
Yeah.
So Melodifestivalen then?
Ja, Melodifestivalen. Nej, för fan, Corolla, Främling, go.
And that was last weekend, by the way. And Sweden
Oh,
won.
what?
Yeah.
Shit. Do you have a torrent I can download? Do people still download torrents? Is that a thing?
Some do.
Yeah, some do.
Yeah, some do. Okay.
I used to actually have...
Asking for a friend, sorry.
Yeah, sure.
I used to have all the Slay Radio shows archived with torrents, actually. It was a hassle.
Handy. I've been listening to a girl called Netta. She's an Israeli singer. I just love her stuff. She's so creative, very talented with the use of vocals and samples and stuff. She's done some great tracks.
What was her name?
Check her out
Netta,
on YouTube.
I think.
Netta. Netta.
Okay. Okay.
That, and if you're watching, see, I use YouTube Music a lot, and YouTube tends to pick up on the tracks you like, so they'll play, variants and cover versions and stuff. So I enjoy listening.
Oh, she won Grand Prix 1 year, right?
Yeah,
Is that one? Yeah, it's that one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
and she was just on last week's show, the Eurovision Song Contest. She did a cover of "You Spin Me Right Round," which is quite clever, quite a good cover.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like that one. I like
Same,
the original.
same. Yeah, me too. Barry, get out of here.
I'm going to see the Sisters of Mercy in a couple of weeks. I'm going to go see them live. I'm so stoked to go see them after all these years.
That's good. That's good.
And Romeo?
Yeah, that's for me. If anyone is interested.
I am.
Yeah.
We all are.
Say Slayer Radio. Make me happy.
I mean, yeah, I listen to a lot of metal, and metal is what, if I really have something tedious to do and can have music in the background, because often it's just not possible, I will listen to metal, because that will set my mind free, And yeah. But usually I'm not a metalhead in this kind of sense, because lots of them only listen exclusively to metal. But I really love almost all kinds of music. I love soundtracks, movie soundtracks, for example. I love pop music if it's well done. And I'm a huge fan of Depeche Mode, for example. Gonna be on the concert this year as well.
Nice.
Yeah, because for me this is really like a separate genre for itself. Yeah, and that's why, because we're talking about Encore500, I did one of my 2 remixes I contributed. I did in the style of Depeche Mode from 1983. So
The Vince Clarke years, right?
pardon?
Vince Clarke was still a
No.
part of Depeche Mode back then.
He left after the very first album already, so he wasn't part of them in '83 already. Yeah, and I think that was really good for Depeche Mode, because then they started exploring more like not so happy sounds, anymore. The very first album is very happy. Erasure is happy. Everything what Vince Clarke does was some kind of happy, and Depeche Mode got really good when they went into the darker moods,
Yeah.
Darkness rules.
Yeah, Violator is one of the best albums of all time, I think.
It is for me as definitely.
Yeah. That was Actually, when I listen to kind of background stuff, I usually have Slay Radio on when I work. But when I want to kind of shuffle things around a little bit, then it's mostly like movie soundtracks and that sort of thing, like John Williams or Hans Zimmer, that sort of thing, So, ding. So yeah. A lot of that, they kind of seem, for me at least, seem like they are in the same ballpark of music, the style of music.
I listen to Baby Shark.
Yes, of course you do. 24/7.
Yeah.
Na 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 na. Yeah, because you're 14. Oh, 15.
15, yeah, exactly. That's a little bit too old for 15-year-olds, I think, Baby Shark. But,
Maybe. Yeah. Just a tad.
Yeah.
If I've got to do some cleaning up of the studio, I usually put on Underworld, just because of the nice, fast techno stuff, I like that.
Underworld, did you say?
Yes.
No, yes.
Born Slippy and all those.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
I was about to say that.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
So combined, how many games have you guys made music for? It's a couple, isn't it?
What a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically on Barry, because I did music for like 4 or 5 games overall.
Huh.
I'm the demo musician type of guy.
Yeah. But Jürger, you probably did a couple for games as well during your Funcom times, or were you just drunk?
Just drunk. I was working on during Funcom days. I was working on the Pocahontas games because Funcom actually got the rights to make that one, but it was so much clutter and strange things happening, so it didn't get published with my music. And I think, don't quote me on this, but I think Laxity, Thomas Ekaskov Perashen, came after me and tried to do something with it. And after that, Jerion Tal came and did something with it. I think Jerion Tal was his stuff was the actual music released, or I'm not sure. But I made music for other games, which I've personally got messaged by other people in mails, and that, did you know that they used your music in that game and that game? And oh no, I didn't know that. So like the Pac-Man, Deluxe Pac-Man or something from that Norwegian dude. What was his name? He made some public domain games on Amiga, and it was included in those magazines. I think Deluxe Pac-Man, and there was another game, but 2 games from him. And I made some music for. They actually used Guitar Slinger in an Zoo game, Zoo Tycoon. Was that something? I actually got the game from him. He sent me like the boxed version of it. And I also made music for some Nintendo DS games. That was much later though. 8-channel and XM. For Pixelina. In Norway we call her Josefina, but children games. 2 games there. And some Hugo, Hugo the Troll.
Yeah.
Also Nintendo DS, I think. And but not Amiga stuff. It was more later. I actually composed, music for games.
Okay.
But not well known. Yeah, and I mean, I also made music for a Top Gear game, which very few people actually know of. Because one of the programmers, Roar Flølo, from the Funcom days, one of the ones I used to actually drink insane amounts of beer with almost every day for about a year. He went to LA, and I think he started or was part of a firm who made, actually today, they made a very famous game. Shit.
Hate when that happens.
Yeah, it just stops. But never mind. He asked me to do some music for Top Gear Daredevil, as it was called. That was a PlayStation 2, so that was actually studio music. This was way back in 98, 7 or 8. Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, some games over the years.
Okay.
But people tend to go back to the old Amiga, to the more the demo scene music when it comes to my music. That's how it feels like anyway. So
yeah, that's definitely where you hear your name the most.
Yeah,
in connection with the mods and whatnot.
Yep.
Barry, did you ever count the number of games you've done music for?
I'm embarrassed to answer it. people kept asking me, like, how many games have you worked on? And I didn't know. So I spent about a week going through YouTube videos, finding old games and stuff. Because you got to remember, not only was the Amiga version, there'd be the Atari ST, which was different music, you know, the Game Boy, the Game Gear. Each platform had its own piece of music for it, or variant or conversion. And so when I added all those up, and all the ones that had got cancelled, you know, things like I did a cover version of it was Rob Hubbard's Shockwave Rider. I think I did conversions to the Atari ST and Amiga, maybe just the ST. Can't remember. It's on I've got a spreadsheet. Anyway, I made up a big list of it all, and it's like 430. It's crazy.
Wow.
And 75 of those were the unreleased ones. So there's things like Ocean's Universal Studios Classic Monsters. That was a whole game that I did the soundtrack for that just never got released.
Huh. So what happened to the music for that then? Could you release it like separately or something?
Yeah, I mean, I've still got it. It's not very good. I mean, the title tune was all right. The others were okay. I mean, I'm going to be honest about it. I mean, some of the tunes were tiny. They were like 15 kilobytes. You know, you have enough room for one organ, church organ sample.
Right. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. I thought Yuger is going to do that magic trick with smoke all over the screen again.
Just disappear. Just go.
Not yet. Barry is the dude. He is indeed the dude.
And I'm still doing them too. I got Horizon Chase 2 is just about to come out on all the other platforms, PC and PlayStation, Xbox, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
I used to play that one with one of my daughters. Yeah. Without knowing you made the music. So.
Did you like playing it with her? I think Horizon Chase is one of those great games that bridge the generation gap. You know, you can play it with your kids or your grandparents and stuff. I really like that. I think that's what gaming's all about.
Nice. Very nice indeed. I saw Andreas had a...
Life by You. Have you guys seen that?
I'm sorry, could you repeat?
Have you seen the trailer for Life by You?
No.
A new Paradox game. It's like a Sims-like game.
Yeah,
send the trailer for that. That was fun.
Okay.
Send a link later on the Discord thingy.
Sure.
Awesome. Andreas Morpheus has a question for you, Romeo Knight. He says, huh?
Pardon, you have to repeat it. Yeah, I already read it.
Oh, yeah. You're a very versatile musician and can do so many styles, and but it's safe to say that metal is the main genre you're playing. That wasn't always the case, because I know you were more of a hip-hopper back in the 80s and 90s. I know you haven't abandoned hip-hop. How did metal get on your radar?
Yeah, that's a very good question, but it's also pretty easy to answer. I was into old school hip hop in the mid 80s already, and I loved the very very authentic vibe of aggression it was to it. Because if you're young, you're going through puberty and you have some aggression inside of you, and if you find music that reflects that, it will be in the music you're going to listen to. So I had a good friend, and he at one time he came over with Suicidal Tendencies album actually, and because his brother bought it without knowing what it was, or he was looking for something else, I don't know, and we were listening to it, and I somehow got that metal vibe that wasn't in this case. What I liked about it was there was the aggression, but it was also kind of positive. It wasn't about death and about torture and pain and whatever. It was about like standing up for yourself and stuff like that. Yeah, if you went into the lyrics and all the things. I mean, Suicidal Tendencies came from the skater realm. So I don't know. I just loved it, and and I think without that album, I wouldn't even have started playing guitar, because that's I really vibed with it. So that's the thing.
Yeah,
it's the authenticity or whatever that word is of aggression. Because it's easy to do aggressive music. That's not a problem. Yeah, you have the tools, you know what to do, harsh sounds, But to inject something of your personality that reflects actual aggression and the relief of it and the catharsis, that's something else. And you rarely find it in bands. I find it in the first album of Rage Against the Machine, for example. Or what I was listening to, the Public Enemy in the late 80s and early 90s. Or like the first Slipknot album, for example, the first Korn album. It's usually the first albums, because then the band's coming up with stuff that's still pure,
Yeah.
So that was my rant about aggressive music.
Is that why you kind of join new metal bands and whatnot every now and then? How many metal bands have you been in?
I mean, if you have ever played guitar and if you have ever experienced how it is, like standing in front of your amplifier stack that tall and just playing 2 power chords, and it's a feeling, it's a powerful feeling, and it's just huge fun to play together with other people and play in front of people as well.
Yeah.
So
that's why I do it.
Yeah, now you're gonna play at X. That's excellent.
Yeah, that was a very spontaneous decision. Because no one planned for it, and I met Susanna at the theremin player at Revision. I just wanted to tell her I saw her theremin videos and I loved it and stuff like that, and she instantly came up, why don't we do a collaboration? So yeah, why not? And then we found out we're going to meet at the X as well, and so we thought it would maybe a good idea to play some songs. And we're both practicing at home, and we're gonna see how it works out. It's some kind of test, but I'm looking pretty much forward to it, because theremin is really an awesome instrument, and it's so hard to master. And I don't know. There's very few people who are even remotely able to play that instrument.
Yeah. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Nice. Do we have something lined up? No, we don't.
No, but I was thinking it's something that Romeo Knight said earlier on, that one of his tracks that he's remixed sounded a bit like Depeche Mode would have done back in '83.
Yes.
No, well, that's not right. Actually, it doesn't sound a little bit like it's intended to be as much as Depeche Mode as possible, as far as it's possible with a song by Carsten Nowarski. So that's the whole point of it. And I went really far trying to achieve that sound by, of course, first of all, only using synthesizers or like the modern virtual renditions of the synthesizers Depeche Mode used at that point in time. And even like they used Drumolator, they used the Emulator 1. And I mean, you can get all the samples nowadays as well. So I could use the exact sounds Depeche Mode used at that time.
Yeah.
And I even went that far that I mastered on cassette tape and back into the computer again. So there's there's analog sound, analog hiss. I don't know if it's recognizable, but it gave me a good time. it was pretty hard. I actually thought, I did 2 remixes for Encore500. The one is totally guitar based, and then I thought, okay, like for a second slot, I do something easy without having to learn guitar parts and stuff like that. And it turned out it was much more. It took so much more effort to get this right in comparison to the other remix, like the double of the time. I don't know. So yeah. Trying to recreate the sounds Depeche Mode used.
Yeah, I was never good at that, like recreating a whole like soundscape like that.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that because I love trying to analyze what is this made of,
Yeah.
And okay, you have a sound that's maybe some kind of similar, but it's not spot on yet, and you have to find out what do I have to do to come even closer. And I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's really time consuming.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's probably why I don't do it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think we need to listen to a little bit of Karsten and Barsky, Rally Master.
Maleraster.
So this is Romeo Knight, one of his tracks from Encore500. It is Rally Master. One of my favourite old school Amiga tunes, that one, Rally Master by Mr. Obarski. So a very good remix by Romeo Knight there.
Yeah,
Thank you, mate.
Cuboxic on YouTube says, this sounds like co-produced by Alan Wilder.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can
Spot
see
on.
that. We'll hear that.
I can live with that.
Yeah.
And Danko wants his cassette deck back.
Oh, he means this one over there?
Oh, it's yours now. Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, you can only see it from the side, so... no. There it is.
Sorry, I should have done that, but
Yes.
obviously
Yes.
too late now.
Too late now.
Oh. He doesn't really want it back because it's of no use for him. He's quite happy it's standing here in that studio surrounding. So
Yeah, if he needs something done with it, he can just send the tracks to you, and you can do it with it. So
exactly.
perfect. Yeah, offloading a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Nice.
It's always nice if you have the chance to do proper tape noise sometimes
Yeah.
of that as well.
And this album, by the way, mixed and mastered for the most part, I guess, by Danko, right?
Yeah, all of it.
All of it.
Not the mixing, but the mastering. No
Okay.
mixing,
Mastering, yeah.
except for his own track.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
he.
we had some great feedback with, when we'd post our work in progress, people would listen to it and they'd be like, oh, turn the choirs up or turn your bass down. And just fractions of a
Yeah.
perception.
Yeah, he has really, really good ears for that.
Yes.
All these guys do. I mean, these are all talented composers and arrangers. It's fantastic having that group.
They
around.
are, really. It's true.
Yeah, apparently 3 tracks he mixed and mastered all tracks. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he did this. Excuse me. He did the same thing on Encore500 as well.
Yeah.
He mastered most of that. So,
Yeah.
in fact, all of it, I think.
I would guess so, yeah.
I want a
Yeah, he
Boz
mixed a
glass.
little bit more of it on the Encore64.
It's actually QB Party glass.
Yes.
Ziona's glass. So don't break it.
Uh-oh. Zioni, you know what I did with your wine glass that time?
I would argue it was a good thing because that meant JLD sent us new ones.
That's true. That's true.
So. Oh yeah. Is there a way for me to? No, I can't get that on there. So that one.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw that earlier. Yeah.
I need to figure out a good way to actually get those on the screen.
Has anyone seen that question from Mordi at Yoga?
Very important.
Which one was
What?
that?
No, have you ever rapped
Have
on
you-
any of your songs?
Oh,
Oh,
Where is that coming from?
oh my God. Okay, if I share the song, you will play it, of course, right?
of course. I have actually
course.
something called Back Off right here.
Okay. Yeah, okay, you got it. Okay, right. Yeah, that's it. It was for the Top Gear tune for the PS2 game.
Yeah.
And the lyrics now today, of course, I'm just so glad I did it because I didn't know what to. I started to write lyrics and I just started mumbling with my own tunes, like Mystified and Keys to Imagination and all that. So all the lyrics was almost like a track list of my Amiga modules. So no real meaning at all. And I used like a radio-ish kind of filter on it. This was way back in 99 or 98, 99. But still, you know, when I listen to it today, it's still fun and brings a laugh to my face because, yeah, of the silly stuff. But yeah, it's my own voice, and I tried something new, and I've never done it since. But I still got people saying, "Yeah, you should make more of this." Yeah, you know. So it's so not me, but it was fun. It was fun.
Although it brings back mixed memories, because your answer to him in the channel was "you fucker."
Yeah, because he heard it when we went to beat Bergen now in October last year, and we sat. They came up to our hotel room, he and Ace DK, and we had like a force spiel. We were drinking and listening to music, and suddenly this came up because my friend Jostein, who is not an Amiga dude at all, but he just tags along and loves the music, and he just happens to play this song, and Morty just, oh, hey, what's this? And it was the back off tune. Well, I call it back off, but yeah.
Excellent.
So there it is. I think it's on YouTube. It probably is. But anyway.
I actually got it from Morty.
Yeah. And he got it from me, of course. Yeah. So
because he is a fucker.
The evil circles, the evil circle, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, go for it.
Yeah, let's have a listen to this then.
Let's have a listen to this. It's ancient, from the relics of Norway.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tiny bit of feedback there.
Yeah.
We had to pump up the volume here.
Wiggity, wiggity, wah.
Wow, wow. Very nice.
Very good. It was actually very good.
Yeah. Romeo Knight.
Did you get all the modules? Did you get all? It started with living in a dream.
Yeah.
Emotion, and it goes on.
Yeah, I got
Whatever.
10% of the modules.
Yeah. Still, today it's very fun, of course, because it's like ages ago. So yeah.
So Romeo Knight, the hip hop head. What's your verdict on this one?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
Because I just had the spontaneous idea we need to do the next album we need to do is a rap album, actually. Because every one of us has some kind of rap history to him. So
Huge rap history, right?
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
we are the real motherfuckers from the streets.
Yeah.
But you've got to, if you want to try and make it scene related, kind of, yo, my name is Bubble Bobble.
Yeah.
Okay, that will be the first phrase of the first song. I have to put it down somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, my name is Bubble Bobble.
Who's going to want to do that one?
I quite enjoyed that, actually. Very nice.
But now the second verse is it's really difficult because of what rhymes on bubble.
Hubble,
yeah.
Hobble,
Hubble scope.
Jobble. Gobble. I like to gobble.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Perfect.
Gobble.
Trouble, says Danko.
Yeah, of course.
And Berka SC.
Why is he saying that Danko is a bot? He's not a bot. He's an actual human, right? Or is it a bot?
Well,
He might be a bot in a human
Are
suit.
you a bot, Thomas? I don't believe it.
he's an RLD, real life decoy.
Yeah, real life decoy. Yeah, that's it.
Hi, Danko, by the way.
Are you coming to X, Danko?
Of course,
question.
I'm coming to X. I'm going to X. I don't know why. I'm going.
Good. I'll see you there then.
Yeah, definitely.
I spoke to Gert Alta because he's a good friend of mine in real life, and he said, "Why are you going to X? You're not a 64 dude." And I said, "What? Why not?" And Danko said, "Hey, there's a great community. It's a Commodore family, so 64 Amiga doesn't matter. Go and you will have a blast." So I'm going.
Yep.
Good.
And Danko is going as well.
Excellent.
Just confirmed.
Yeah.
And we're even going to have a X pre-meeting here in Düsseldorf on the day before.
Yeah. Are we going to eat a pig's knee? And drink some silly beer.
This is going to happen.
Yeah.
We're going to be here in the world.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Whether it kills them or not, they're having pig's knee, for Christ.
Yeah. We're having a pig's knee.
But Yoga, we have to leave early the next morning,
No problem. I will just stay up all night. I'm a Viking. I don't care. As long as I have my drink, no worries.
You're a Viking. You'll swim home if need be.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Yeah. I'm just looking around. What other questions we have?
I think.
Should we answer the Lala ones, the first ones?
Yes, we answered
in
some
any
of
way?
them. Like the biggest challenge.
The only serious ones.
Yeah. But we answered the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and
The challenge stuff, yeah. Collaboration, but we answered a bit of that one as well, actually, because, of course, we worked on our own, but as Barry said, we dropped a WIP, a work in progress tune for those, who wonders, and we got feedback, and we dealt with it. And in my case, in one of my remixes, I got Firefox to make me brand new drums for one of my tracks.
Okay.
Because he didn't like my drums, so he said, "Let me try something." And I said, "Go for it," and it worked out perfectly. So yeah, it's been a blast. Discord has just made it so much easier.
Nice
for all of us. So
yeah, it's nice when things kind of align like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last one, the philosophical one,
yeah. What does
Symbolize.
the album
well,
cover?
for me personally, because I'm not an artist in any way graphically, but for me, it just screams workbench to me. You know, the colors.
Yeah. So the question
the
for
blue,
those
the orange and the white, you know, it screams workbench to me.
For those that haven't read those questions yet, the question is, what does the album cover symbolize to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very workbenchy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
as it should be, and great work from the Sarge, of course.
Jackson, Amiga Forever.
The Sarge,
very nice.
Yeah, the Sarge does it.
Yeah,
amazing work as always.
Nice,
very nice.
So that was the guitar that was exclusively used for the other track, for the RSI Heart. Of course.
For every action, there is a Jackson.
Action Jackson.
With the Amiga ball and all.
I need to watch that movie.
Amazing.
Again. Workbench colors.
Have we missed any
Because I was
questions
experimenting
here?
with workbench colors for this guitar, and I decided against. But it still got the blue. So, it didn't work well for the whole guitar because you know, I think Slaygon, you know, I got a C64 guitar as well.
Yeah,
and that's like the C64 home screen. So, but that didn't work well for that guitar. So, I chose something, or I developed something more. It's, as you have seen it, it's based on that famous graphic by Jim Sachs. But I needed to develop stuff around it to make it fit well on the guitar. So, yeah. But that's just a side story.
Well, nice one. Even though it is a side story, but it doesn't matter much. But I do have a good follow-up question from Go Hanks with regard to game music. Go Hanks!
Go Hanks! Go Hanks! Go Hanks!
The question is, what do you feel was the worst game music you made? Worst game you made music for? There's a lot of barely playable games on the 64 that are mostly known for the music. So if there's like a shitty game that you made music for that you're kind of happy with, I guess.
That's a good question.
Yeah. It's like Mutants for me.
Yeah.
Shitty game, good music.
Yeah.
I guess Barry.
I'm just looking for my list of games so I can read because there's a lot of shitty games that I worked on.
Just pick one.
Yeah.
While he's checking, I can say basically all games I made music for were shit except for Dynablaster. So that's old school because I did some new school stuff as well. But that's yeah.
Oh, let's see, what is that? Hold on.
Do you see this?
Wildlife.
This was the game. I think this was the game. It's actually PC-ROM. I thought it was Amiga. I just got sent this from someone who made this game. I think this is the game where Guitar Slaygon was used. Wildlife. It's like a simulator of some sort.
Yeah, ultimate
animal park simulator. You know, and like 10 years or more since I made the module, this was my music was used. And I wonder how many of you have this one lying around. It's just crazy. But I cherish it. It's nice to know that it's been used. My music has been used for some purpose other than the scene.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Do you know which tune that they added there or used there?
What was that?
I'm not sure. I think it was the guitar slinger tune.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. I don't remember. I got this ages ago, and I'm too old to read small text here.
That's why I have these on.
Copyright 2005.
Wow.
Oh.
So yeah, but it's still cool if they actually used my my Amiga music from 19. What Guitar Slaygon I made in 92, 3.
2005. Oh wait, make sure my name isn't on there. I made a shit bunch of shitty games back then.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Slaygon, what was your profession? What was your role in doing the games?
I was a programmer. This Josefina thing in Oslo. I did some kind of small games for them that were packaged both on the web and on CD. And I did a bunch of like online games for MTV, not the MTV, but we have like MTV Media or whatever it was called here in Gothenburg. Hold on, he's showing us something there.
Is this? But it's like mirrored, right? But
no,
you
it's
see
fine.
me
No, it's fine.
way down in the bottom. I'm credited. I'm actually credited.
Yeah.
Adam's group
But,
is on
yeah.
there. Okay.
Yeah, and Adam, I know, of course, I knew him before from the scene days. We actually made a couple of tunes together, co-op tunes.
Huh.
And he also went on to make amazing music for The Witcher, as I personally love, of course. I'm a nerd. I'm a gamer. I play Zelda now, by the way. The new Zelda game. I fucking love it.
Tears of the
It's
Kingdom.
amazing. Yeah, it's just amazing. The building mechanic they added to it now. Oh, I do so many crazy things.
Yeah. Do you play any of their games, Barry? Or
Not so
any
much
games?
I still play games, yeah. I know I'm still looking through my list of games here. There's a lot of shit games. Postman Pat, Gilbert, Escape from Drill, Lemonade Tycoon 2, Impossible. That was it.
Did you just say Lemonade Tycoon?
It's not something Lemonade Tycoon, yeah?
Shoe People, Star Glider 2. Maybe that wasn't a bad game. Super Dragon Slayer. The list is endless.
Just to clear something up, by the way, for those of you not in the EU, Dynablaster is the EU name for Bomberman. Just so you know.
It is.
Yes.
Because we don't like bombs in our names here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course.
I know that because Bomberman was it's still one of my favourite games ever.
Yeah. I think you've actually told this before. It rings a bell.
Because I am working on a Commodore. I was working on a Commodore 64 version for good time's sake, but then I found that someone's done a far better version than me, so I thought, fuck it, I'm not going to do this anymore.
Yeah, I don't think I would have gotten that information from anywhere else.
No,
so it must have been you that told me that at some point. I think we've gone through all of the questions that we had there, except for one. Yes, except for one.
Okay.
Yes.
No. Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes. I'm
Yes.
arguing with myself. Okay. It's allowed, isn't it? I think.
Yeah,
maybe?
but
Is it? So Andreas Morpheus has a question for Barry. It says, after doing doing game music for a bunch of games on the 64, you got employed at Ocean Software. That must have been a dream come true. Did you apply for the job? Did they get in touch with you about starting there? How exciting was it on the first day?
Well, let me tell you the story about that, because that was quite a chaotic time for me. So I'm working at a Magitech. I'm 22, 23 years old, somewhere around there. And at the time I was engaged to an American girl, and she was moving to the States, to the UK to live with me. And 2 days before she was due to move over, I got fired from a Magitech unexpectedly for something really stupid. I had told one of the artists that one of the artists has come into my office and said he'd had enough with the company. He was going to go work somewhere else. And I said, oh, well, and my buddy's company's hiring, in the next town up. And so the word got back to the boss that I was helping artists get job at other companies. So I got fired for that. So immediately I phoned Probe, I phoned Ocean, all these companies. And Gary Bracey, he said, oh, come on in for an interview on Wednesday. This was the Monday I got fired. And so I ended up going for an interview with Ocean, and Gary offered me the job on the spot for a massive pay rise from what I was getting at Magitech. And I got to go work at Ocean's offices on Central Street. I got to work in Martin Galway's old office, down there in the crypt where the bodies used to lie and state and stuff. It was an incredible moment for me. I mean, because that was it. I'd gone from the demo scene 8 years earlier, sending letters to Martin Galway at Ocean, to actually getting to work there myself and work in his old office and write tunes there. So that was a fantastic moment. And then when we moved to the Castlefield office, we got synthesizers. We got all these things that we never had before, like equipment and chairs and stuff. And it was fantastic. It was an incredible time.
So you inherited Martin Galway's instruments as well, then, I guess.
There was an old B50 synthesizer, I think it was, kicking around the office at the time. I don't know what happened to that, because we didn't have it at Castlefield. We had several keyboards that we shared between me and the two other composers there at the time. We used to fight over who got them first. You'd have to get to the office first thing in the morning so you could grab the synthesizers from the other composer's office and start writing a tune on it, so they couldn't have it back. You can't have it. I'm working on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very childish.
That's a very, very nice story.
So, and how went it with the girlfriend?
Oh, she ended up moving over, and we lived in Britain for a couple of years, or a year or so. Then we moved to the States. And went from there. Ended up getting divorced from her a few years later. But
yeah, she became your wife. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Got divorced.
Minor detail.
Yeah, that was a great question there.
It was a good question.
Yeah,
that was a good answer as well.
Yeah.
Working at Ocean was incredible. It was great. I mean, for me, I went from making, what was it? It was about £6,000 a year, which is not much more than unemployment. And then I got it more than doubled going to Ocean. And then within a few months of being at Ocean, Ocean were losing staff. So Gary Bracey's fix to that was just give everybody a pay rise, which was awesome.
Nice.
Felt like kings.
Excellent.
And I was getting to be a composer at Ocean, which, I mean, let's face it, it wasn't going to get any better than that in the UK at the time.
No. Ocean was the place to be back in those days. Yeah.
And the things they were doing with digital image design, doing Epic and Inferno, TFX. I mean, these were. When you look at it now, the graphics look so dated and stuff, but at the time it was just mind blowing that you could have a cockpit of an airplane in full 3D around you, moving around. And
Yeah.
TFX was incredible.
Nice. Just a quick aside. Shargo Slaygon stole my keyboard. He now has the loudest keyboard in the entire universe.
I do indeed, but I didn't steal this.
No, he's always had his own.
I bought it with my own money because I wanted the real loud thing.
Yeah.
Who stole Boz's keyboard?
Barry, could you explain us what it is about with the three masks on the left on your? Yeah, for you it's to your right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's actually four back there. It's just some Halloween decorations. I got lots of skulls. Being an old goth, I still have a lot of skulls knocking around.
I see. Interesting.
I'd show you around the studio, but it's a mess. And my wife would never forgive me.
Yeah, you have skulls and Romeo Knight has guitars and I don't know, Yoger, you have what on your shelf behind you?
Software.
It's complete.
Just
9.
software. I bought some of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
From the time you got actual boxes sent over.
Yeah, I have this Cubase 5 box as well.
Just
complete.
5. We're at is it 12, 11 at least 12?
14, I think.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Complete, you mean?
Don't push it.
Complete is at 14 right now.
Yeah.
Cubase 12. It's Cubase 12.
Okay.
Oh, Cubase, yeah.
But a lot of boxes. You see some of them. I have lots of them. Too much money, and but that's a problem we have as musicians. We just, I like that sound, I like that one, I like that one, and you buy and buy and buy and buy. And I think I just used a crazy amount of money on sounds.
Yep.
But from the very early days, like the late 90s, I was terrified of, being sued, because if you didn't own the stuff when you made music, so I just started buying. So from that day, onwards, I bought everything. So I have everything. Everything's been legal for like late 90s and upwards until now. And it's so much easier, of course, right? You don't unless you update. Okay, press update and you're done with all the VSTs and all the sample libraries and everything. So
Yeah, I have a scary thing called an Excel sheet or Google sheet with all my licenses. It's fucking scary looking at it.
Yeah, it is. Because if you're getting targeted, of course you will be drowning in payments maybe throughout your life. You're really unlucky. So yeah.
Well, no such problem for Romeo Knight. He just shreds the guitar. No VST is needed.
Hey, but your drums on King of the Earth are actually from Nene Cherry, right?
True.
Yeah, of course. It's
of course. I remember that because I heard it and wow, he did that.
Back in the days,
clever move.
Captured a lot of samples from commercial stuff. And
same with me.
You went for a vinyl, and then you got the B side, and you got instrumentals and remixes on the B side. And suddenly, some of the instruments were separated or stood out somehow, so you could sample them. So I mean that famous beat on Cream of the Earth is the exact beat from Buffalo Stance by Nena Cherry from 1989. So and I didn't even only use the sounds; I recreated the actual beat by using the sound. So, but I mean it's non-commercial music, so what the fuck?
It was. I know that Snap, both of Snap's albums did the same thing. The last track on their CDs had they just had the different samples that they used, and you could just record them and use them in your songs if you wanted to.
No, that's
nice. So they did this on purpose, or
on purpose? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
that's very nice.
Yeah, I wish I had that at the time.
Nice. Every album should have that.
I used so much sounds from, for example, there was the Düsseldorf band named Propaganda. They had an album in 1984 that became really famous, like #1 hit album. And some years later they released a version of it without vocals and some kind of remix styles. And that was, I used a lot of stuff from that album because suddenly all the sounds were there.
Yeah,
it's the original. It's called A Secret Wish. I can, if you don't know it, it's one of the best albums ever released. It's well, the band only made a second album, I think, and then disbanded. And this second already was only like half of the band already left before. So it's basically only that one album of that band that really counts. And it was produced by Trevor Horn.
Oh.
So yeah. And
amazing.
if you don't know it over there, just get that album, because it's it's like the perfect electronic pop album to me.
Yeah,
Cool.
Trevor Horn actually
from my hometown. So
yeah, Trevor Horn produced. I think he produced the first album of Seal as well, which is one of my favorite
that album
albums.
is excellent. I love it.
Amazing
It's one of the best
audio,
albums
yeah.
ever. I love
Amazing sound. Yeah, Trevor Horn is just God tier. Not Galway.
yeah.
Hey, relax. Not Galway, but close. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Trevor Horn was a producer for Art of Noise, so he's always had a place in my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he did lots of stuff, and he even produced a Billy Idol album a few years ago. That was weird.
Yeah, Ryan says he produced the first 4 albums from Seal.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, just amazing sound on and like ahead of his time, really. When you hear Crazy and from the first album Seal, when you hear that now today,
It's awesome.
it's still current. Today the sound is just amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I remember when that came out, it blew my mind. That was
Same.
like the favorite song of mine for quite some time.
Same here.
Yeah.
It's like Danko, right? Like Danko, but Danko is now, today, right? But Trevor Horn,
Yeah,
No?
almost.
yeah. We
Danko
can talk
is the
about
new
it
Trevor
when we're
Horn.
eating pig's knee in Düsseldorf. We'll discuss it.
Right. Shall we play the clippy thing? Or did you?
Yeah, found it.
Oh.
All ready for it?
Oh, the thing I PM'd.
Yeah. I had it here, but do you want me to just play it from the horse's mouth, as it were?
Yes.
Okay.
Because then we can get that on full screen and do the whole thingy.
Ah, yes, okay.
Thingy my bob. When that happens. We only have about 20 minutes to go before we are heading out. But we'll squeeze in a few more tracks. This one is not from Encore500. It's actually a mod by Jorger Liljedahl. Keys to Imagination, it's called. And you're going to get to see the oscilloscope view of it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Ooh.
Ooh, fancy.
Fancy, yeah.
Lovely.
Very nice indeed. That's the Lily Dart. Oh, fuck it. God damn it, go away. God damn you.
Boss, I heard you say maybe not go away. That's all I heard.
That's a Lily Dart sound, is what I was trying to say.
This is what you were hearing there. Tiny tunes. Nice.
Great stuff, though. And people got to see the wibbly wobblies on the screen and had something to watch.
Yeah, wibbly wobblies.
Yeah.
Have you seen the one with the Tesla coil that plays the game tunes
What?
and stuff?
Yes, I have. Yes.
It's impressive. I wouldn't
Yeah,
want to put
it's
my fingers
really
in
good.
it, but it's nice.
So, you guys, how long have you been working on this album anyway? Has it been like 2 weeks?
Couple of months.
No, 3. No.
The guys have been working on it for a long time. I think about a year.
Yeah.
Came in at the last minute.
Yeah, it was a year.
Okay.
Yeah, when did we? I'm holding down page up on the general tab in our channel. Yeah, it's been a while, but it's gone so fast as well, because
Yeah.
you just get lost in all the real life stuff. So, what the fuck? Yeah, but it at least a year, right? It must have been.
Yeah, I guess Encore64 was slightly more than a year ago, right?
Yeah, the channel was we opened, well, Pete opened the channel on 24th of May last year. So it's practically it's about a year.
Yeah, he says June 2022.
Welcome, friends. 24th of May, he wrote to us late at night that day. So yeah, it's been a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. So full year.
Amazing. Amazing that we managed to get an album out.
Yeah, 16 people,
In a year.
21 tracks, 1 year.
Herding cats.
Herding cats all year long. That was very nice. Yeah, because I remember we did the Encore64 interview around about like a year ago. And this album goes straight out to all the streaming services and whatnot on the 11th. So yeah, free album, everyone.
Yeah, free album if you want it for free, but if you can afford a few shekels.
Shekels, yes, we use those these days.
It's I guess there's a website, isn't there?
I don't know. Is there a website?
No, I don't think so this time.
No, I don't think so.
No, I've seen the there's a Facebook page or group. I can't remember which it is. I think it's a page.
Yeah,
at least.
I think that's the main place to go.
Yeah, if you're looking for it, I tagged it in the post I did on the Slay Radio page. So if you're following us on there, it's easy to find. Oh well, yeah, I think you can use the search thingy they have on Google. Oh, I mean Facebook.
Pete's just cleared it up. We won't accept any monetary payments, only sexual favours.
Oh, right, yes. So a lot of toe tickling for Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah. He likes that. And
all sexual favors go to Pete.
Yes.
All sexual favors.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. That's covered then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to say that. I got paid to say that, so sorry.
Oh, yeah. You got paid as well. That's great. Oh, yeah. Facebook.com/Encore500. There we go. Thanks, Danko. It couldn't be simpler than that. Mm-hmm. I should have guessed. Yep. There we go. And I have liked it and all of that. Excellent.
Yeah. So the folks just go to Facebook.com/Encore500. Simple as that.
Indeedly doodly.
Modern technology.
Digital technology.
Digital technology.
And Pete sacked Yoga just now.
Oh.
So there we go. Good thing the project is done. So
You fucker, I don't care. Fuck off.
you're sacked from this project. So,
But does he have the rights to still sell put the music on the streaming services now that Yogi is gone?
oh, that is a good question.
That's a legal loophole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you,
Pete.
you said whole.
Retract those words, you. Okay.
Pete said you're sacked to Yogi, and more D has corrected him. No, you mean sucked.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, then it's fine. Okay.
Oh,
We're big boys. We can handle that. No worries.
being sucked.
Yeah. Instead of sucked, if you suck, it's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very true.
And being Vikings, I mean, you're used to the cold, so you know
Yeah.
any temperature
No,
will do.
no, yeah, no problem.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
I've gone
what?
delirious now.
Hi. You're not alone. It's fine.
So I think. There's one more question that's come in. Most of us were forced to learn to work remotely during the COVID outbreak, which makes us not only invent tools, but be a bit more flexible regarding work. Did this experience make it easier to collaborate?
It turns out that being a freelance composer, that the whole lockdown and COVID thing, it didn't change a goddamn thing for us. You just sit at home and write music anyway. That's what we're going to do anyway.
Okay, so that makes sense. So it didn't really do. There wasn't any change as far as you were concerned.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, we see. But they're all in their studios essentially, and it's not something you kind of build in 6 weeks just because COVID.
Yeah.
So unless you're made of money.
Yeah, actually, I've been. I'm going to work since 1.5 years already again. So for me, it was that didn't have any impact at all. Although I have to say, if I'd be working at home still, like I did the year before we even started with that, it would have been much easier for me because I would be sitting here working, and in downtimes I'd be working on the remixes and stuff. And but that didn't happen.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But that was actual free time I had to use for the remixes.
Maybe that's a good thing, because I remember when we had to start working from home, I was just distracted all the time by all the toys I've got in my house, rather than doing the job I'm paid for. You know.
Yeah, right at the start, it was difficult to kind of finding the focus.
Yeah.
I found, but I think we've kind of managed to get into a very good routine now, at least. But it's been a few years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I can say that for our, for the Encore community, for Amiga stuff, we've had Danko as our tool,
And he is a tool.
He's been an amazing help to at least me, and I think a lot of us, when it comes to just being direct and plain and just tell it how it is, You need to lower that, up that, high pass, low pass, volume up, down, whatever, for him to master the track as best as he can. And the end result, to me at least, is just amazing. And we talked about this after the album was finished, mastered, and we've agreed on that it is just, if you compare it to any other Amiga album release, whatever, up through the years, this is by far the best sounding one,
Yeah.
if you think it technically. So it's all up to the people who, if they love the music, the tunes or not. It's more of that, but the sound is just amazing. So big kudos to Danko for doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
He's been like a rock to all of us.
Yeah, it's like he's some kind of professional or something.
Yeah, he seems to know what he's doing.
Almost like a professional. I don't get it. Just amazing.
It's black magic, all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's Danko magic, not black magic.
Yeah, amazing. Just amazing.
That's why the album is called Encore500.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, we're quickly running out of time, so I want to just say thank you very much for taking time and to all of the team in Encore500, not just you three guys, but all 16 members of the troupe, as it were. Massive job you've done there. Like I said, I listened through the whole album earlier, not 2 days ago, I think, either yesterday or the day before. It's just, massive album. And yeah, that's going to be, if you're an Amiga lover or even liker, Hi. Amiga. Then this is definitely for you.
Only Amiga makes it possible.
Yes, indeed. Except in this case.
There we go. I've started them off now.
Except in this case.
I sang the original song.
Except in this case, you actually needed a Danko as well.
That's true. Yeah. Only Danko makes it possible.
Yeah. And a Pete. And a Romeo Knight, and Yuge Lilidal, and Barry Leach, and okay, I'll give up now. And Morty, and Glina Brown,
hang on,
and Firefox.
I heard what you said.
And Martin Wall.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And Matthias Brown, and Mig,
and Theo,
and Rapture,
and Matthias,
and Tomsk.
And Tomsk.
And Vincenzo.
And Turbo Night. And all the nights. All the nights everywhere, right?
Yes, there's a few nights around.
Yeah, absolutely.
The nights that go nee.
There we go. We've got to do this before we go now.
Okay.
This is for Romeo Night.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Hold on. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
There you go.
It is the best machine that is around anywhere in the world.
The professional machine of the future.
Oh, what the fuck? This is amazing.
You don't know this, Yogi?
I've never seen before.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
It's going to skyrocket. Only Amiga makes it possible.
I've never seen it. Amazing. What the fuck?
I want that guitar.
Got the guts to do things that you can't
Amazing
do.
discovery. Oh, I think
All
I'll.
the work for you. Wow. State-of-the-art technology
Wow.
at a price that everybody can afford.
The Amiga is the best graphics machine available in the world today.
Discovery software of Paul van der Valk. Fucking amazing guy.
Only Amiga.
Only Amiga.
Makes it possible. possible.
UTEC.
Only Amiga makes it possible. Outrageous. This is it.
Oh, they got the shit logo in the end. That's the wrong logo.
Yeah, it was before it came officially came out. I think this was when the first exhibition where they were showing it to everyone. Their brand new
CES or something.
CES, where they decided to ditch the Commodore 65 and come out with the Amiga instead. So if they hadn't made that piss poor decision, we would never have had the Amiga. So I think that's it. I think that's brought us up to the end of the show. We've got one more tune to play.
We do indeed.
And it's been requested by, well, at least 2 of the 3 people that we're interviewing. One of them is too modest to...
exactly. Just But again, I want to thank you for joining us today, and also all the listeners and viewers and you people out there, you know, in your sofas and such.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
No, it's a great album, guys. You should be proud of it, and I hope you are.
I'm proud of you.
Oh, you.
Are you?
It's a great album.
Yeah.
As you heard, evidenced tonight by the tracks that we played.
Yeah. What's your favorite tune then, Slaygon? Be honest. Your favorite tune on the album?
My favorite tune.
Do you dare?
Yeah, I think I do, actually.
Or should we just leave it?
Yeah, I'm actually, I'm going to go and say it. Turbo Night, I love your track. Even though you just did it in one day.
Fair enough.
No, it's actually one of those Amiga tracks that I am fairly kind of familiar with. So that's a contributing factor, I think. Yeah. If I had to choose one, which I had to, that's the one.
Okay.
That kind of sticks out among the crowd for me. Your mileage may vary, and will most likely do so. Danko right after there with Test Drive 2, which we played for you.
Yeah.
Also excellent. Also something I'm familiar with. I could just list all of the tracks, okay? But
nice to know where I am at your list, and it's nice to know that I'm like 4 behind. So thank you. I will have a chat with you at the X event.
Well, you're not dead last. I think you're 1 from last.
I'm joking. The important thing is that people enjoy. We all have our favorites. We all have our memories, from our childhoods.
Exactly.
And whatever. So let's get it out there, and hopefully people will really enjoy it, and we'll make something new.
Yeah. So again, thank you very much, and we are going to end with my other favorite track. This also stuck out, right? That's this is literally
nice recovery.
This is literally the only thing I wrote down as a track to play in my dock. So there's that. I feel I'm blushing a bit now.
Yeah, you are a bit. There's lots of red lights, so we can't see it.
So we're going to end the night with Jorge Liljedahl's end theme, which is appropriate not only because we're ending the show, but because it's a fucking brilliant track.
Yes. And I just want to apologise to everyone who was hoping to have something a little bit more prettier to look at tonight, but unfortunately she's had to go to Hungary, so you put up with this hairy bastard instead.
Unfortunately, he forgot his mascara at home.
Yeah. My guy liner. Forgot to put the guy liner on.
The guy liner, yeah. Yeah, me as well.
Oh,
I didn't find that. I was browsing through my Logitech to my what's
it's
it called?
Qbert.
It's called Logic Tune. Yeah, I didn't find I noticed the brightness, contrast, saturation, no beauty filter. Nothing.
No.
So I gave up.
You look beautiful as you are.
You're a beautiful Viking.
Yes. So yes, let's end this, and thank you again for joining us and talking to us, Barrel Leech, Yogi Lilydal, and Romeo Knights, plus all the other guys on the
Thank
album.
you for having us.
13 other guys.
Thank you.
Spread the words, guys. Share the album. Tell people to just listen to it. Spotify or whatever. There's a lot of places streaming only. So yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
June the 11th at midnight Eastern time.
Yeah.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Monteo. Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.